This is the BlackBerry Z10, the first device running BlackBerry 10, and one of the devices the company is hoping will help attract the top end of the smartphone market back into its fold. The hardware itself is lovely. It's a great feeling device, it's got a nice rubberized back and feels excellent in the hand, and it's very, very simple to use once you've gotten the knack of what BlackBerry's tried to do with the operating system. You wake up the device, there's a selection of notifications down the left-hand side as to what's going on in your apps. Swiping up from the bottom of the screen unlocks it. And then you're presented with a grid of icons of the sort you'd be used to if you're an Android or an iOS user. But more interesting is, once you open one of these apps, to go back to the home screen, there's no back or home button to choose from. So what you do is swipe in from the bottom of the display. This then brings up a grid of active apps at the time. If you open one, say for example the mapping app, and you go back to this view, it now becomes the most recently used one in the list. You can stack up to 8 of these, and what's most interesting is when you go into one and let it update its data, once you pull it back into the tile view, it'll actually display in a way that brings the pertinent information to the fore and keeps updating during the day. It's particularly useful for things like the weather app and of course your calendar. The other gesture that BlackBerry's really excited about involves getting to what they're calling the BlackBerry Hub. Again, you swipe up from the bottom of the device and then move your finger to the right. And what this brings up is a selection of all of your accounts, be it social media or email or text or BBM or anything like that, but also a hub view. And what this is essentially a consolidated inbox of everything from text messages to Facebook notifications to tweets, all in chronological order and all arranged in one place. If that's a little too much info for you, you can swipe to the right and then get a selection of them individually. So you can look, for example, at only Facebook notifications. Again, swiping to the right will take you back, and swiping up from the bottom will take you back to where you last were. One of the other features that BlackBerry's really worked hard on this phone is the input of text. If, for example, we open text messages and pick a message that we want to reply to, pulling up the keyboard at the bottom, you'll see the keyboard's a good size, it's nice and large, making maximum use of the screen, but still giving you plenty to read. And here's where BlackBerry's really thought about things. As you type, let's say we say, "Hello there, how are you?" You'll see that above some of the letters, it starts to prompt you with words, so that the next letter of the word it thinks you want has the full word above it. If, for example, I wanted the next word to be however, which it's prompting me over the E, I swipe up on the E and it'll complete the word. If I've decided that's the wrong word, a little swipe left on the keyboard will erase the last word I input. Do it again and it'll take all the words back if I so wish. You can also swipe down on the keyboard itself and that'll change it to the symbols and number view. Keep cycling and you come right back to text. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but you can see how with a little bit of practice it'll be possible to input text at a rate of knots on this device. Really, overall, BlackBerry've done an excellent job in reimagining what they wanted their OS to look like. It's certainly a premium device, and with a couple of exceptions like the lack of traffic info in the mapping app at the moment, it's otherwise an absolutely excellent device that can hold its head up high against rivals and competition. The question is whether BlackBerry will be able to woo back those who've already defected to other platforms.